What's up, everybody? Let's get right into it. At the captain position, the most expensive player on the night is Christian McCaffrey. He's 20K. Sam Donald's the second, 16.8. DJ Moore is third at 15.9. Brandon Cooks is the fourth at 1,500. Again, Tyron Taylor is out. And Davis Mills, the backup quarterback, is 12.6. I think McCaffrey's too expensive to take at the captain position. Of course, you can look at Darnold. You can look at Moore, who's his favorite receiver, and you can look at Cooks, who is the Houston's, wide receiver number one. But in this position, I'm going to go with the backup quarterback for Houston, Davis Mills. Saw the coach do an interview a couple of days ago. He says the playbook is pretty much going to remain the same, and he didn't do bad when he came in to replace Taylor in the game on Sunday against Cleveland. So Mills is the guy I'm going with at my captain position. Let's look at the flex position. I'm going to go ahead and take the best player in the game, Christian McCaffrey. He has averaged 26.2 fantasy points this year so far. He had 28 in his first game, 25 in his second game. The ball was thrown to him 9 times first game, 6 times second game. He got 21 rushes in the first game, 24 rushes in the second game. I can see him more around the 20 rush mark. He did start catching cramps in the game on Sunday, and he had to be relieved by the second string running back for a few plays. This is a short turnaround. I don't think they're going to push him too hard and overwork him, especially if they get the lead. I can see that second string running back getting some touches. But I still think McCaffrey will get around 20 fantasy points this game, and I'm going to put him in my lineup. I'm also going to put Sam Darnold in my lineup at the flex position. He's been playing very well. He's gotten 20 and 23 fantasy points in his previous 2 games. He doesn't rush the ball really. He's only had 1 rush, but he's been pretty good at that position, and giving you 20 fantasy points a game is very good. And I'm going to put Darnold in my lineup also in the flex position. I'm also going to put Brandon Cooks in my lineup, the best player on Houston. I think Cooks has his first 2 games, he's gotten 21 and 23 fantasy points. He was targeted 7 times in the first game. He was targeted 14 times in the second game. I can see that being somewhere in between there, because you do have Anthony Miller returning this game, and then you got 2 receivers that are going to be out for Houston. So I still think he's going to see a heavy workload. I think he's going to see a lot of targets, maybe not the 14, but I think, right around between 10 and 14 targets he's going to receive. I'm not too impressed with their running game. They do have Phillip Lindsay, and they do have Mark Ingram. It seems Mark Ingram is their prime back, but Lindsay's been getting his touches also. It seems like Lindsay gets his touches in the red zone too. He did score a touchdown a couple games back. But at this flex position, I'm going to go with Brandon Cooks. For my next flex position, I'm going to look at Chris Conley for Houston also. He's had mediocre games in his previous 2 games. He only had 4.7 fantasy points against Jacksonville, 2.3 fantasy points against Cleveland. He was targeted 2 times in both games. I think his uptick may go up in this game. Carolina has a pretty good rush. The quarterback need to get the ball away a little bit quicker. I think Conley could see a few more touches in this game. I really think Houston is going to still keep it in the air because I don't really think they can depend on their running game to win this game. And this is game 3. They're trying to win the game. I think the ball is going to be in the air. And Conley is someone from Houston. I'm going to try to get in my lineup at another flex position. And as I mentioned earlier, Anthony Miller is back. He had a dislocated shoulder in the preseason. They kind of probably had him out for 2 games. But he is back, and he should see a significant amount of work tonight within the offense. Both Danny Amendola and Nico Collins are out for Houston. So really they are kind of forced to play Anthony Miller, who's not a bad receiver, and I think could see some touches tonight. And for $1,000, we're definitely going to try to get him in our lineup. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to put in my lineup for $1,000. And that is just a potential lineup in a tournament, which is a guaranteed prize pool, which is GPP. This is a tournament lineup for me. If you're going cash, you're going to have to kind of approach it in a whole different way, where you probably seriously look at putting McCaffrey as your captain. But this lineup here is just one of potential thousands of lineups you can have in a tournament style lineup. So, hey, those are my picks. I'm going to actually enter this lineup into a tournament. If my picks help you, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you already haven't done so. Until the next video, peace.